Hey, let it be known, I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold.
Hey.
All right, y'all. So we're going to get into the story. I hope y'all have it ready because that's what we're doing. And let's get into it, y'all.
Me, 32 male, and my wife Andy, 34 female, have been together for about 3 years now. We are married for one of those years. We get along really well. Only problem is her daughter Carrie, 16 female. She is a daughter from my wife's previous marriage. Her father, my wife's ex-husband, died in a car accident about 5 years ago. When me and Andy started dating, we took things really slow. She didn't introduce me to Carrie until she knew things were serious between us. When I met Carrie, she was acting really distant and overall, she was mean to me. But I understood that, of course. I tried to bond with her and spend some time together, but I never forced her to do anything she didn't want to do. I told her to address me by my first name, and had no intention to replace her father. I just wanted us to get along. Things got better, but sometimes she was rude to me, and had some inappropriate comments. I never said anything to her, because my wife told me to just give her some time. Things really escalated after our marriage. I offered my wife and her daughter to live in my house. Andy immediately agreed, her daughter not so much. But since she was 15 at the time, my wife gave her no choice. That's when the problem started. Carrie would intentionally make a mess in the kitchen, like destroying glasses and plates, and leave the sharp glass on the ground. She would throw things out of the window and insult our neighbors, etc.
That's called a big ass whooping.
Thank you. God damn.
The nerve.
Yo.
Or a good yoke, something.
Oh my God. So
have you ever experienced any, you don't have to be a stepkid, it's any child that just does stuff that's ridiculous and you're like, what do you do with them?
Yeah, that's crazy. So
why is she doing that?
So they was in a relationship for 3 years. The wife was widow, for the people that's just coming in. They was taking things slow. They was doing things the right way. The kid didn't want to have a relationship with him because, you know, I guess she was mad because he didn't have her father was gone. So a lot of times we go through that stuff, right? So this is a great story that a lot of people probably can relate to. So honestly,
a beautifully animated says, I can't comprehend this problem. Kids don't try me.
This would happen like twice a week. I admit I have a bad temper, so sometimes I yelled at her and made her clean her mess, but I never laid my hands on her and never physically punished her. My wife repeatedly told her to stop behaving like that, but it didn't help. This went on for about a year. Last week, she had outdone herself. Me and Andy were coming home from dinner and the garage door was open. We found Carrie there and she was destroying my car. I have BMW X5, so a pretty expensive one.
Hold on. The car though? Come on now. Now listen, a car is expensive. If he wants to pay the car off, now he got to wait a little bit because he got to put money into the damages. What is she doing?
She slashed 2 tires with a knife and scratched the surface with her keys. I completely snapped. I called her evil little B and to get the F out of my house. My wife sided with her, and said that Carrie is just acting out, and I shouldn't call her like that. I was furious and told my wife that if she's okay with Carrie destroying my stuff, she can get the F out as well. We argued about 15 minutes.
I know that's right. You can get out too.
Baby.
You better put listen. I hear you.
We ain't gonna finish this story, y'all. Damn.
I'm just saying, you gonna let her do this to me?
Ooh. During the argument I said that I want Carrie to pay for my car, and if she won't, I will sue her. I have camera in my garage and have everything recorded. Andy told me I can't do that, and that I'm heartless. In response to that, I told them both to pack their bags and get out.
I'm sorry. Listen, how is he heartless? She said that he was heartless?
Yeah.
How is he heartless? So she's used to abuse. That's why this her second husband?
No, the first one died.
Oh. I missed that
She was a
one.
widow.
Oh, but she's still probably used to abuse. Because there's no way that she's allowing this to happen. Let's continue, y'all.
It was almost 12 p.m. They packed and left. When I think about it now, I know I could have handled the situation better and more calmly. But I think this kind of had to happen. We will be having a divorce, and I will be seeing a lawyer to sue Carrie for destroying my car. I was just so fed up with her constantly destroying stuff and overall being toxic. I talked about this with my parents, and my mom kinda thinks I'm the a-hole. So Reddit, am I the a-hole? Now for the update. Hey guys, a lot of you asked me how am I doing and for an update. It has been couple of weeks since the incident now. I met with my wife and we discussed everything. She wanted to continue with our marriage and give it a second chance, but I told her I want a divorce. It was very hard for me, but in the end, I think it was the right thing to do. I still love my wife, but I don't want to be caught in the middle of all that again. Last year was the most stressful and hardest period of my life, and I felt like I have to put my mental health and my well-being first. This wasn't easy for Andy either, but I think she understood. We agreed this would be also better for Carrie. I strongly advise to get her daughter professional help, and Carrie has started therapy last week. We went to lawyer's office and signed the divorce papers. It was really quick and smooth. We had a prenup, didn't share money, and our marriage lasted only a year.
I'm glad that he suggested therapy because at the end of the day,
At the end,
I'm sorry.
There are still some small things that need to be dealt with, but it is pretty much over. I also met with my lawyer. We got a rough estimate on that car damage, and it's a lot. 2 slashed tires, deep scratches all over the car and a bit cracked windows. It is about 6,000 euros. Average salary in my country is about 1,000 euros a month, so this is a lot of money. We talked to my insurance company and my insurance doesn't cover vandalism, or any damage of this kind. My lawyer strongly advised me to go to the police and press charges against Carrie. I wasn't sure about this, but he said if anything goes wrong, this will help my case. So, I did that. Couple days after I met with Andy to talk about this situation. We both brought our lawyers to help us with all the legal stuff. I told her my insurance won't cover anything, and I want her to pay for all the damage. She said she doesn't have that much money. They moved in with her parents and she is looking for a new place, so she needs all the money she can get right now. I offered to pay for the damage now and she will be paying me back when she has the money. She agreed. Because I reported Carrie to the police, she will have a criminal record, which sucks, because it will likely cause her problems in the future, but she kind of brought it on herself, and in a couple of weeks, she will be facing something like a civil rights court. My lawyer said she will most likely end up getting a court-ordered psychiatrist, and some hours of community work. It has been a really rough couple of weeks, but my amazing friends helped me a lot to get through this all, and I'm glad it's over. Also thank you guys for your judgments and kind messages. Now.
Woo!
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I know you've been ready for this. Go ahead.
Now, before we get into the reaction of this video, I want to make sure that I drop the link for the ones who want to call in. If you want to call in, please do so.
Don't relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. While I take toast, relax and take notes. While I take.
Yo.
All right. So listen. So I like that he said that the daughter needs therapy, right? Because the therapy is, some people, they have to get it because we want to know, why are you so angry? Obviously, you're saying that her father passed. So, okay, that gives a lot of excuses for her. But then, she still has to learn how to become an adult and be mature about things. And if she is sad about her father's passing, then make sure that you deal with that. Don't put it on everybody that's around you. Or you're upset because this is not my father. I wish my father was here. We wish the same, but he's not. So you have to make sure that you appreciate the new people that come in your life. Let's not crap on the ones who are trying to do something for you. So that's one thing. Second thing, he says, she's going to get a criminal record, have a criminal record, which sucks. Why are you thinking that it sucks? If you think it sucks, then why did you put it on her plate? Because now
she deserved it. That's why.
Didn't say that. Didn't say that.
But he don't want to do it.
So don't do it. Yeah. That's weird to me.
No, but she needs it.
But so you can't have, to me, having two different outlooks on it is weird.
You ever got a whooping growing up and they say this gonna hurt me more than it hurt you?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm from the hood, y'all.
No, you deserve the whooping. ain't no such thing as gonna hurt me more.
That's what you tell me. Hey, this gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. People in the chat will tell you.
No, for me, if you get a whooping, you deserve it. I don't give a hell. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, nah.
All right. What about you?
I'm let beautiful. Come on.
Hey.
What's up? I know you got something on this.
I know that's right. You're like, I'm gonna show. Listen, that was crazy. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I just want to punch the mom in the face. I really want to punch her in the face. She's the main problem. She has ruined this little girl. She is the reason why the little girl's gonna have a record. Because she never disciplined her.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened before Daddy died. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if she was ever disciplined or not, but it's giving me that she was never disciplined and she was spoiled.
Yeah.
A spoiled brat. And you know what? Before I marry someone with a kid, there's gonna be rules and things, and you're going to follow the rules and stuff like that. I'm sorry. I don't play with kids. I don't care if I did not birth them. They will not disrespect me.
Yep.
So yeah, that's why I say I don't understand these problems, because I really don't understand these problems.
That's what she was saying in the chat. She's like, I don't have these problems. Look, you got that face like, excuse me, what you just do, what you just say?
Yeah.
We not doing that.
Man, I grew up in the South where the whole street can whoop you. Like if they caught you doing something wrong, the whole street was putting hands on you. Because I lived my street was like a lot of older people, and they didn't play about that stuff. If they caught us doing something wrong, they was calling my mom and saying, "Hey, you know your sons." She'd say all they always used to say all of us, whatever. But she like, you know your son's acting up. And then if we got caught, my mom would call us, like, and get us in check, or so my stepdad, so yeah, man. But with this situation, man, I do blame the mom too as well. And for the people that's in this situation right now, say if you're a widow or you just got married to somebody else, you have to, as the woman in this situation, you have to make sure that man is put first. I know you coming in, you thinking your kid's supposed to be first. But no, you belong to him now. Like y'all are one now. So you're gonna have to say, hey, daughter, or hey, son. This was my mom. She sat down and told us this when our stepdad first came into our life. Hey, this is your dad now. He's gonna be helping paying these bills. You better respect him. If you disrespect him, you're gonna have to talk to me and him. He's gonna be whipping y'all butt when y'all act up. And he's and since he's taking care of your butt, you better listen to everything you said. That's the conversation. I was 3 years old having my mama having that conversation with us.
You know what? And the man says he went off on the girl finally. That's because he was all built up over the stupid shit. Like, you destroyed my property. I don't care if it's like before she even made it to the car, she was bashing up the kitchen and all of its contents and stuff like that. That would have been an ass whooping.
Yeah. And the guy was a good, decent dude, because he was with her for 3 years, and he was letting her do that stuff, and was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Hey, get your daughter in check. You know what I'm saying? I love you. I want to be with you. I want to be with your daughter. I'm trying to make this relationship work, whatever. But the daughter, for some reason, could never get it together, right? So it's
because of her mama. Yeah, and then his mama's trash too. His mama's trash too. How you gonna not take your son's side? Girl, these people.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, like the husband, like, he's too nice. Like, what are we doing? You don't allow someone to do that, and then at the end, well, it's gonna suck that she got a criminal record. No.
I still understand. I understand him feeling bad. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a child. You would rather a child not have to have this record that's going to follow her for the rest of her life.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But he's still going through it because she needs to go through it. So it's okay for him to have feelings, but he's still acting and moving on what he needs to do.
Right. Still, yeah. What's up, hustler? What you got on this topic here?
Okay, first off, how y'all doing?
Good.
Hey,
How are you?
James, Lady Di, beautifully animated. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Now that story was just wild. This is why I'm against this whole stepfather rhetoric. You know, I'm against the idea of being a stepfather. I'm not trying to throw shades at y'all single moms, but me personally, I couldn't do it, and this is probably why. I've heard similar stories like this. You know, you're a single mom, you move on, meet a new man, and now your kids have to accept this new man. And now she's just lashing out because she doesn't want to accept. No, I'm not dealing with that. I had a buddy of mine tell me that he ghosted a single mom because her I think she had a 10-year-old kid. She was acting bad, so he had to ghost her and leave her alone for good. So
yeah, man. So that's why this story is important, man. Because honestly, I wouldn't say certain single moms. I get it, whatever, right? I wouldn't say all of them. Like, it depends on the situation, right? I wouldn't say date them. But if you're a single mom and you're in this situation, you got a badass kid, make sure, hey, don't you? I'd be like, if I was the woman, like, don't fuck this up for me, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you gotta like tell your kid, like, yo, you have to be. This is a good person,
No.
and you be right, act right, shit, or send
No,
him to
no,
the daddy.
No. You don't have to say all that. See, you didn't say too much. Because the child's supposed to be respectful, period.
Yeah. True. But you know these.
But you know what?
About killing. All right, I say that word. Okay.
But you got all these parents that's on side with their kids. Talk about the man said too much. No, you got these single moms that's gonna side with their kids 99.9% of the time. So that needs to be said.
But
believe me.
No. If I gotta say it, if it has to be said, I'm not dealing with you. All your badass kids. Bye-bye.
Well, that makes sense too.
Yeah, I said beat, baby. Yo, man. No, but it was a lot of little
I mean,
I think they did everything right until just getting that kid together. Like they was dating for 2 years, then they was married for a year. He kind of, you know what I mean? So they could have had a long relationship and stuff. But
nope.
She just couldn't get the daughter right, man. She just didn't make sure, because especially when she was a single parent in those 2 years, she should have had therapy. She should have made sure that daughter had everything, because I know she's seen signs of that kid being stupid or doing something wrong. So she could have at least said, hey, you need to get this stuff in order. I understand that your dad's gone, but no, you got to make sure you respect me. You got to make sure you respect this house and everybody in there.
So I ain't got to say nothing to you.
No, because the thing is, you're just making it an excuse for that child. She ain't acting that way because her daddy died. She's acting that way because you don't have no discipline on your child, and she can punk your ass. Punk.
Let's say it though. That could be for real. There are kids that are manipulative in that way. Like they feel like they're outsmarting us. But there are kids like that. That's the thing. So even if you have that strong hold on them and they're not going to mess with you, there's kids that don't care. You ever seen a kid that doesn't care? No matter what's going on. I'm like, so
we got one of those.
I've seen a child like that at my daughter's middle school, but we were at the school, and so I couldn't choke him up or nothing.
He just admitted that we have one of those type of kids.
Like you can pop them. You can 3 years old boy. The boy doesn't care. Like
but he's 3.
It's like all the other boys, whatever. I had them right by this age, but he's the only one that continues to defy me. Like I'm like, yo, like when are you gonna wake up? Like
he will when he's 6. Like
not 3 more years.
I know, right?
Hey.
But man, it's ridiculous, man.
That's the thing. So like, the only thing with being a step parent or being a stepchild is that in reality, we're not used to the new lifestyle and who is this, and you know, you got to get to like somebody, get to know them, you know, and if the other person isn't being present to even get to know you back, it's just going to make it worse. But it's possible to still have a great relationship. At the same time, people are just not ready for it. And, you know, that's why I try to, you know, promote more of sticking together. Sometimes it's impossible to do that. But if your kids are mature enough to understand and move on, you good. But there's kids out here that are not like mature enough to process the breakup. Even the adults, young adults. There's young adults who parents would break up and they're like, you know, hurt, and they don't know how to move on with life. And it's like, it's not that they're bad. It's just some people just take it differently. So you do have to look, I think when it comes, this is when you involve the child. Because I know I asked the question, should children be heavily involved into your relationship or marriage? You involve the child if you about to basically break up, because you got to understand your child's mental state. If you leave and this child is going to act up, even though I think beautifully you're like, listen, ain't no such thing. But listen, people really do have things going on that they can't process. So I don't know.
Yeah. Man, just rules put us put the word on it. Say, well, withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with a rod, he shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and he shall deliver his soul from hell. Proverbs 23:13-14. Yeah, man. You gotta come in there with some discipline, and especially with these kids at today's time. Like these kids are out of control. So they can, that reminds me of another, bro. I ain't gonna say it, but yeah, man, this story, man, it saddens me because we always want relationships to work. We always want marriages to stick together. And situation like that, she lost her first husband because of a sad incident. Now she was able to be blessed with another one, but couldn't, figure it out because she couldn't get her head out of her ass. So it's sad to say.
I just hope that the daddy didn't die from stress from that child.
That's
damn. I hope not. The stress probably came after he died. I don't know. Because think about that. When your parents die at a young age, that's going to affect you in some manner.
Yeah. Right.
It will.
And the thing,
I know it affects people. Yeah, I agree.
And the thing that pissed me off the most was that she slashed this man's tire on a brand new car that he just bought. And the mama didn't even hold her accountable for that nonsense. I'm like, oh my God. And they're calling him the asshole for pressing charges and taking this to court. Unbelievable. How much you want to bet if it was a teenage? How much you want to bet if it was a teenage boy? It wouldn't have been like that. If it was a young boy doing that, they probably would have held him accountable, possibly, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I want to get into, there's a chat somewhere. Okay, so let's see.
It's JD said it. I must be completely honest. What up, JD? I don't know. I probably missed your first one.
And
artist.
Yeah, it says she has some deep-rooted issues therapy can't fix. She needs God to humble her.
And a belt.
And a belt. Okay, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold.